Hello, Pat Skeets here from me and my Cricut.com. Today I'm going to do an album share. There's some animal pages here for a zoo. Visit to the zoo. I hope you enjoy these. All of these pages are on my website. There is a link below. And you can go there and find all of these in Scrapbook, Everyday Life, Scrapbook number 54. It's a part of a road trip, and so we have lots of zoo pages here. Now, I split it in two because there was just too many. It makes the videos too long. So here we have a lovely tropical page. Be good for a vacation too. With all the green, and I've done a lot of giraffe pages, so I have several with giraffe images on it, so I wanted to do one just without giraffes, just the photos showing up. So I think these papers are from Echo Park, one of their safari collections or something like that. It's very pretty, and I like the tropical. Sorry. So I have a big box of tropical paper here and a wide border on this side, repeating it on both sides. Then this must have been a striped paper, so I cut it into a border for right across the page. Found some lovely tropical images and did palm trees and this sunset with palm trees. Loved it. So I've created a nice tropical scene here. Added some just ephemera that I have. It's mostly creative memories. The stickers might be, they would be from Echo Park. But other than that, it's quite a simple page. They're lovely photos, and so I really like it. Love giraffes. Love going to the zoo. Got a frog in my throat today. All right, this paper is a lovely border print, quite a large one along the bottom. So I repeated picking up these fronds from the print at the bottom, and I just cut out some from Design Space. All up here, there was a border of them, so I cut that out. Then I found this beautiful safari type image and African image, so I cut that out for the bottom. There's a lot of them with cityscapes as well, so they're nice for travel pages in different cities. They're good to use. That's my chair squeaking and moving. Okay, I found pictures of a rhino face that I loved and a rhino image. I faced them towards the center. This kind of looks just like that photo. That's why I picked it. Now, when you're doing these detailed images, it can be difficult to figure out where to put all these little black lines. So what I've done is I kept this piece that stayed on the cutting mat when you peel your image off, and this is what was here. So you just place it perfectly in the cut. And then I took a black marker and I used an ink line, and I marked where those detailed fine lines went, right there. And it saved me having to worry about gluing down all these fine little bits. So I used a marker by keeping this little piece. It worked beautifully for me. Just thought I'd give you a little tip there that I figured out. Hope it helps you. So, this is my lovely rhino page, and I'm quite happy with it. Love this title. So, and now we have a tiger. We couldn't get a great picture of him because it was behind glass and the sheen showed up right here and here. So I just think that would have been so amazing if that hadn't happened. Great photo, even though that's on it. All right, I found several different animal print papers and cut them into different size boxes. Some are from different paths that I have, but I think this one is from Echo Park. I found lovely tiger images, a face, because this is such a good face. Found a title and then a lovely image of him looking back. I really like that. So I did a branch to join the two pages up here and put a little monkey on it. Lots of enamel dots and just, oh, brads. I had tiger brads I found and monkey brads. Put a little bird on there. Just having fun dressing them up. It's lots of fun. Like putting little words here and there. It's a jungle out there, wild. It makes it fun for kids, actually, to look at the pages. And now more giraffes. So this is, this giraffe page is more almost juvenile, but it is animal. It's an animal pad that I have. I've had it for a long time, actually, but there's images and letters of animals all over it. So I used this for a background and coordinates for a border, and I cut a hexagon out of this. 6, that's an octagon. And I repeated that image for backgrounds here, and instead of putting photos, I put pretty paper and then images of animals. And I lifted them up. I did emboss them so that they would show up more. You can see that. It just adds a little more interest to it, especially a larger plain piece of paper, because they're solids. So it does add interest. I guess I could have inked them too. Would have shown the detail a little more. I found this border in my stash too, very old, from K & Company. So I created a cluster over here with just stickers and enamel dots, and another one over here. I raised the tree and the leopard. This is, the Toronto Zoo is divided into different continents so that when you go to different areas, it shows you, there are signs that show you what animals you'll see in that area. They're quite artistic. A lot of the signs, I photographed them too. Oh, we have lovely zebras. Well, this is fun. So I have this zebra paper in my stash, and I decided to use Kiwi Lane. I love it for landscape outdoor pictures because it looks like a landscape. It really does look pretty. So I found a multicolored print, a coordinate, and in a contrasting color, and then another one in a contrasting color. This is a tone on tone, like a mini print. So I created 2 borders from Cricut Design Space, and then I found fun, wonderful images of zebras. I love them. So this is a full body and a face facing in, and then created a cluster here and here for with these, repeating the leaves in the paper in the clusters. I found brads that I had of zebras, so I had them running on these hills. And oh, there's one too. I think he needs to turn there. And added some colorful enamel dots here and there in different areas. So I filled my page with pretty little tropical images. Love it. Now this is monkeys. These are chimpanzees, I think. Okay, so I have a wide green border here, and then I found a coordinating paper because of this green background. Then I found a coordinating stripe that does have that green in it, and I repeated this green dot paper in a box and another box there with monkey images on them. Here's another sign from the African Rainforest Pavilion from the zoo. Found cute images of monkeys, so I just I triplicated it right here and used a bunch of enamel dots along that just to draw your eye to it. This is a train border with animals, like a circus train or a zoo train. I have in my stash from way back, and this is from the Creative Memories Wild Animals or Wild Animal Kingdom or something collection. And this cute monkey was hanging on a branch, so I love that too. So it's a pretty simple page, but it's cute. You could add photos here. I like to add pretty papers and images because I don't like a lot of photos on my page. I prefer more cute images and pretty papers. So, but if you prefer more photos, it's easy to put them in. There's more on this page too. You could fit a lot more photos in this layout than I have. I've just got 2, but these could hold photos, or even just 1 or 2 of them. Anyway, so these papers are from Echo Park. Now, a big border here, the same size border here, and then I did a smaller one to repeat the brown. I repeated the floral, or the tropical, on this side in the 2 backgrounds for the circles. And then I found really cute hippo image and another one there. Did a sign here, and I created these circles are just repeating this paper in there. You could put 4 small photos, but I like, as I said, I like to do the images. So I just created a cluster up here, little arrow, their little tags, another tag up here. Cluster up there with a title, easy. Repeating the leaves there, like palm trees. All these animals live in tropical places, unlike me. I'm in Canada and we're having a late spring. Okay, on this page I used Kiwi Lane again. I used the bracket on the top facing up, and then I used the medium scallop facing down, and I put the scallop on top of like a 4-inch border, so that made it look, made it look a lot more interesting, this border. I found a great gorilla image. There's the silverback. And put a monkey hanging on a branch up here image. This is the African sign at the zoo. They're quite nice. So here's a cluster here. There's an image there and one up there. So I've got my triangle going here. And it's a fun, cute page. Kids would like it, I think. And yeah, we have beautiful peacocks. So these peacocks, oh, they are so beautiful. So I found paper in this peacock color. So it had gold all over it. So I used gold as an accent, a lot of it on this page. I've matted the photos in gold. I embossed the gold before I did that. And then I used a border punch for this. This is an Anna Griffin frame die, and I repeated it over here and up here. 1, 2, 3. There's my 3 clusters. I found this wonderful peacock face image, so I did 2 smaller versions and a larger one up there, just all facing towards the center. And then I added gold flourishes of Anna Griffin that I have in a corner from that collection. Another flourish here. And then some florals that I had of hers. I just added those in there to create more of a grouping with my title peacocks. beautiful birds. Look at that. His tail is wide open, spread around. Really strutting his stuff. So we were lucky that they were, I guess, looking to mate while we were there. Now, one of the pavilions is an aquarium. There's lots of different aquariums in there, and so I decided to do aquariums on the page. So I did 2 big aquariums with, they were different ones. They have different ferns and kelp and seaweed in them. So that made them different enough. So I just added photos on there. And then I have a fish border from Creative Memories. So I just punched that border out in the blue tones to show up on the black. I did these fish in silver paper, and then I embossed them with like a fish scale embossing folder, and I inked them with blue. So I hope you can see that. So they show up a little more because it's the silver on the blue doesn't show up that much, but I just sprinkled the fish around the page. So very simple aquarium page because that's one big cutout and a few fish. So that worked out well. Please subscribe below if you haven't already. It helps a lot. Anyway, and now we have, there was a stone sculpture of a hippopotamus. So my girlfriend and I posed there, and my husband took our picture. So on this page, I used animal paper with a couple of, I used a border punch to make these. They're from the Creative Memories Border Maker. I think that's where they're from. And then I found this great image, a safari type thing, with a hippo and a couple of trees. I did emboss the tops of these trees so that it would have more detail, and I lifted that. I lift a lot of images on my pages, and this had a couple of birds, so I lifted them up too. Added some ephemera and stickers for the zoo here, and created another cluster up here with some enamel dots and little images. So that's ending my zoo trip to the Toronto Zoo. I hope you enjoyed it. There are design space links to copy all these pages on my website, and there's a link below for that if you'd like. Thanks for watching, and happy scrapping.